Before all this, I was worried about what I was going to do after graduating, but who knows what's going to happen after the Chancellor's speech today. Sorry, we second years are supposed to be the ones supporting you first years at a time like this, not vice versa. There have been a ton of bad rumors floating around lately, but now it feels like they might have been right. Nobody really knows what's going to happen, so we're all a bit anxious. I've heard they're gathering on Vancouver Street in Heimdall for more protests and demonstrations. My dad's been really busy too, though that doesn't come as much of a surprise. I doubt I'll have much time to relax and enjoy good music if war breaks out, will I? Elliot. Sorry, there's not really much point in getting worried right now, huh? Besides, I've got this feeling, you know, like everything will be okay as long as Class 7 sticks together. Guess the best thing to do right now is just keep calm. Right, whatever happens, we'll stick it out together. There's still some time to go before the Chancellor's speech. I can't shake this uneasy feeling, but I guess right now the best thing we can do is keep calm. It's really scary to think that a war might break out. Maybe I should go home to Mom and Dad and brewer. But as a super niece, I can't just leave Uncle Makarov here alone to fend for himself. We can't take any chances now the Gorelia Fortress has been destroyed. Worst case scenario, I'll just drag Uncle Makarov back home with me. It would seem that we are truly on the verge of war. Why must the world be filled with such tragedy? I joined this academy to spread the joys of love, not prepare my students for the horrors of war. Then you shouldn't have picked a military academy. My family is demanding that I return home now that the situation has taken a turn for the worse. However, I could never bring myself to abandon my students at a time like this. I will be here listening to the Chancellor's speech right alongside them. Yeah, Mint and drag Mary with them? Yes. You cannot break up the couple. Milliam? I'm sorry, I'm afraid I haven't seen her today. That's not unusual though. Today's technically an ordinary school day, so she wouldn't have been here anyway. I'm stuck. I'm thinking back to how I felt during our field study in Nord. I really don't want to see a war break out, not just for Nord's sake, but for Erebonia's too. After all, this country feels like a second home to me now. War? I really don't care. The only thing I care about is dedicating myself completely to my work, body and soul. Perhaps you should focus on what's most important to you at the moment too. Fair enough. Okay, let's go to the roof before we go downstairs. There are people up here. Emma and a cat. Reen? Hey, Emma. Wasn't expecting to find you here. Oh, you've got Celine here, too. Well, she just kind of made her way up here. I was just giving her a little attention while I took a break. You're looking for Crow and Milliam, I take it? Yeah, I have no idea where to even start, though. Those two are always up to something. Oh well, I'm sure I'll run into them eventually. Good luck in your search. Hey, Emma. Is something bothering you? Well, it's about Crossbell. I'm concerned about any weapon that could annihilate a fortress the size of Gorelia, of course. But I'm almost more concerned about the whole sequence of events that led up to that. It almost feels like something's hand is guiding all of this to happen in a very specific way. I wonder if this has anything to do with whatever she's been keeping secret from us. Don't let it get to you, okay? I think maybe all the novels I've been reading lately have just made me paranoid. Nah, you raise a good point. One worth keeping in mind, I think. Anyway, I'll catch you later. As soon as I find Crone Millium, I'll head back to the classroom with them. Alright, I'll be waiting for you. The government's scheduled to broadcast their announcement at noon. I do have some things weighing on my mind right now, but this doesn't seem like the time to be thinking about them. Make sure you're back in time to hear the broadcast, okay? The hand of Yowie is guiding Crossbell. Yes. If, Celine, that's her name, Floyd's sister, if she, well, yeah, let's just go with sister. If she has anything to say about it. She understands. Okay, downstairs we go. Hi. I'm rather concerned about the future of the Academy. The worst case scenario would see the Academy closing its doors for an indefinite length of time. I'm sure it would dishearten the faculty and students alike. None of us can tell with certainty what's going to happen from here. As such, it seems like the best course of action is to plan out our responses to any possible situation. Oh, hey, Thomas. They say a sizable chunk of Borrelia Fortress was eradicated so completely, it's as if it was never there. It's hard to believe such a feat would be possible with artifacts or magic from the Dark Ages, let alone modern technology. Might be a different story if the Septarians were involved, however. What on earth is a Septarian? Well, they're something of a myth, known only to archaeologists and those of us who study ancient legends. The Septarians are said to be 7 all-powerful treasures bestowed upon humanity by Adios herself. Ow, I just kicked my desk. Legend has it that those who possessed these treasures used them to gain dominion over the sky, the sea, and the earth. It's hard to imagine something that powerful could even exist. It's certainly more exciting to imagine a Septarian is behind this instead of a weapon made by Crossbell or the Republic. Although, to be honest, the chances of that are practically nil. He knows. Even so, my mind keeps wandering back to the orbital shutdown phenomenon that occurred in Liberl 2 years ago. Perhaps the two incidents are related somehow? They couldn't be. Thomas is too smart for his own good. He must be stopped. Oh, the janitor's not there. Borrelia Fortress has been annihilated, likely taking its commander's life with it. To make matters worse, Crossbell has blocked off the Transcontinental Railroad and put extra pressure on the Academy. It seems that this nation has more than enough excuses now. How unfortunate that is. The Chancellor's speech will likely change the course of history. I'd rather not exert myself so much. I'm not as young as I used to be. Beatrix for principal. Neithardt! Instructor Neithardt, I wasn't aware that you'd returned to the Academy. That I have, Schwarzer. It's good to see you again. Sounds like Class 7 put on quite the performance. That's very kind of... Wait, weren't you in Borrelia Fortress during the attack? Crossbell's mystery weapon just annihilated it. How are you alive? I was on the training grounds with the rest of the 4th Armored Division at the time. We saw something appear in the sky to the east, and the next moment, the fortress was surrounded by a blinding light. I wouldn't believe it if I hadn't seen it myself. I still hardly believe it. Thomas, stop spoiling. They haven't played that game yet. I have. Hopefully you have. That'd be very unfortunate. And I would feel kind of bad. I'm glad that you weren't hurt. But things must be incredibly busy for the Imperial Army right now. You could say that Guerrilla Fortress was our primary stronghold in the east, so losing it has us scrambling. Especially now that Crossbell has proven itself just as much of a threat as Calvard. Which is precisely why I'm resigning from my position as an instructor at this academy. No, don't leave us! Wait, what? It wasn't an easy choice, but it's my duty as a man and as an Airbonian to devote my all to the military in its time of need. Although I do wish I could have been here to see the festival. Instructor Neithardt, I can't thank you enough for everything you've done for us. I'll be praying for your success and your safety. Likewise. I'm sure the future holds challenges that only you and Instructor Valestein can overcome. Know where you stand and what you are capable of, and brace yourself for whatever the future demands of you. Yes, sir. You're just realizing you never asked what pronouns I use she, her. But I do appreciate you asking. Thank you. Did the instructor of yours not inform you that all classes are canceled today? You have the option of remaining within the academy for self-study or returning to your dorm until school hours are over. The contents of this speech will determine how this academy will conduct itself going forward. In order to give proper instructions, we need everyone to remain safely ensconced within the academy. We have prepared ourselves for a vast assortment of contingencies. Not that any of that matters to the likes of you. Get back to your classroom. You just said I could do whatever. I get that you're worried, but try to stay calm. If you want to take a break from the academy, now would be the time to ask your homeroom teacher. Given the way things are going, you'd probably get approval, no questions asked. Right, I should go give the student council a hand. We want to make sure every classroom has access to an orbital radio. Well, not much we can do now, but wait till noon for the Chancellor's broadcast. I'd rather not hear his voice spilling out over the airwaves, but this is too important to miss. You really don't like him, do you? Does anyone? Other than Baby Million? Who likes everyone? He was the one who picked a fight with me, and I'm not going to let him forget it. I've got every intention of returning that favor after what he did to the Bracer Guild in Heimdall. Ugh, just thinking about it makes me want to punch something. Maybe I should have brought beer to the classroom after all, or maybe a whole keg. Don't look now, but Vice Principal Heinrich's giving you the evil eye. Things have gotten pretty crazy recently, but I don't want you to look away. You need to understand what's happening. The student council's handing out a radio to every class, so don't worry about finding one for yourself. Just make sure you're back in the classroom by noon. Does the school have access to that many radios? Where are we getting these from? I thought they were like super expensive items. I fear Chancellor Osborne's predictions may have been right, and the turbulent times that he spoke of are at hand. But do not fear, we are a military academy. We are well prepared for emergencies. All you can do for now is remain calm and wait for the speech at noon. George is building them now? That makes sense. Also, yeah, his predictions are coming true. Turns out when you push people who are crazy into a corner, they do crazy stuff. Like retaliate with giant robots and magical trees. What's going to happen to us now? Don't be such a worrywart, Lind. Everything's going to be just fine. Even if things take a turn for the worse, we can just go back home, right? Yeah, you're right. Worse seems like it's just around the corner. But if they can take out Guerrilla Fortress, are we really safe here? Looks like Lynn's getting nervous. I get why, but there's no point in letting it get to you. Is that Is that Kenneth and Annabelle? Annabelle's not marrying Kenneth's brother? Is she marrying Kenneth? That's hilarious. I'm thinking about raising some new flowers. But what kind? They'd probably bloom around springtime if you start raising them now. Hopefully we'll actually get to see that happen. Uh-huh. Even if war doesn't break out, something's going to change. You should be ready for anything. Yeah, that's good philosophy. Even the flowers seem upset by this turn of events. Perhaps they sense our anxiety. There. You little flowers don't have anything to worry about. Well, better Kenneth than Kenneth's brother. Looks like Crossbell's locked down. Crossbell has locked down all of its borders. I guess that explains why my brother isn't back yet. Given the political climate, however, it comes as no surprise. In fact, it's had me under the Academy's care for an entire week now. I'm just glad I found someone to fish with. But, what's the plan now? You're technically engaged to my brother, right? Oh. I suppose I am, though I still find that difficult to believe. I believe I shall return home. I promised Kerrigan I would, after all. Okay, never mind. I guess she is engaged to Kenneth's brother. That's a bummer, but oh well. Be sure to come back sometime. I'd love to fish with you again. You and me both, Kenneth. But until then, please take care. Annabelle secretly hoping for war so she doesn't have to marry his brother. Annabelle, just elope with Kenneth. I support it. I got stuck on a bucket, and I was really worried for a second there. The bucket would not set me free. Technically, we're not club members anymore, but this seemed like a good way to keep our minds off of everything going on right now. You're already looking tired, Loggins. Step it up. You better not hold back on me, Friedel. I'll get one win on you before we graduate. You can count on that. Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think so. Why are there so many people to talk to? I did it. I beat my best time. Going for a swim really was a good idea. A bit of activity was just what I needed to take my mind off things. I just sort of came here without even thinking about it. If I was sitting around doing nothing, I'd start worrying about the terrors that could be in store for us. Oh, dang it. He tried. Going for a swim really does help you get your head in the right place. I'm worried about my family for sure, but there's nothing much I can do. All I can do is make the most of my time here. I know it's easy to get worried about everything that's going on, but nothing good will come of overthinking things. You need a clear head in order to make swift, rational decisions as the situation calls for it. It seems confusion has spread throughout the Empire after what happened at Corellia Fortress. What do duty and honor demand of us during uncertain times like these? I find myself thinking about that more and more often lately. Father has been incredibly busy lately, so I haven't been able to get in touch with him. It's hardly surprising, though, considering the situation. Still, I can't help but worry about him. It's okay, Lara. You're the one who told me I should follow the road I believe in, right? I'm sure you'll be fine, no matter what happens. It seems as though you somewhat overestimate my abilities, but I can't think of a greater gift than your trust in me. Thank you, Monica. Even Lara seems worried about this whole situation. Hopefully, we'll all be able to support her. Okay. Oh no, do I have access to Trista? Do I also have to talk to all of the people in Trista? What are you two lovebirds doing? Alan, is everything okay? You called me out so suddenly. I just wanted to tell you something. Don't you worry, Bridget. I'll protect you no matter what happens. Thank you, Alan. Bridget! Are you okay, Alan? You look like you're in pain. I'm fine. Just couldn't breathe for a second there. So cute. Adorable.